Hello everybody, welcome to another video about Bakugan. So in this video, I'll be going through how I store all my Bakugan, from the actual Bakugan to the cores, to the cards, and even the instructions. How do I store it? Of course, some of them you may not want because you may just throw them away or what. So everybody has their own different ways of storing their Bakugan. So I found this to be the most efficient for me. So let's start. When you have a small collection, basically you can just put them in a box, or maybe in a deck box, or maybe in the original Baku cases that you can buy. But after a while, this only has space for 18 Bakugan. So once your collection exceeds that, it gets a bit difficult. So I opted for these egg trays. So each of them can store 24, 6 by 4. These actually have small little slots so that you can actually put more. So if you squeeze in between, you can actually put 39 in each of these. So it's not bad. And the depression, it doesn't stop it from moving fully, but it still sort of holds it in place. Let me show you. Okay. So here's a sample. Here are the Kabos and some of the Armor Alliance Bakugan. So you can see it actually allows for different shapes and accessories. So if you have like Baku gear, or you have all these accessories for the Kabos, these definitely won't fit, but these will, because there's extra space. Although you give up the opportunity to store it in the center. Even if I tilt it at this angle, it still holds in place. So unless I full on turn it the other way around, it sort of stays in place. Let me show you. So this is one benefit of this. You can store oddly shaped Bakugan. Other than that, maybe I'll show you this first. So this is how I store my cores, my Baku cores. I sorted them out to all the different values they have. So if you look from the bottom, I don't turn it around because it will fall out. So I'll just show it like this. Yeah. So each of these are the different cores, the different values. So I found that 2 of these is enough to store all the cores so far. I haven't done the Armor Alliance ones because those include fusion. But for Battle Planet, this is definitely enough, 2 of these. Each of them also contains 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 by 4, 28. So yeah, this is enough if you want to store your Baku cores. But take note that I bought this from a shop or from China. I'm not sure about the rest, but I feel that because all these are not glued down, the partitions, I had to use scotch tape or some other kind of glue to stick it back down. Otherwise, it will fall very easily. So it takes a bit of effort for this. But it's quite a good solution. Yeah, back to the Bakugan. So you can see, it also stores. It also stores Geogun quite well. So it's easy to open. You can see. So Drago here. Drago is a bit loose. Never mind. So yes, I wanted to show that it can store Geogun neatly as well. As you can see here. So all the different shapes. So if you plan to squeeze it all in one bag, one box, it will look like this, squeezed up. So quite efficient. Even after 39, right, you can actually put more at the sides if you really want to. There's still space. If you're into Bakutech, which is a bit smaller, the older ones, you can actually store them like this. You can just squeeze. There's a lot of empty space because they are basically small. They are 32mm. The new Bakugans are 36mm. So you can definitely fit more inside. If you're into Legacy, you can fit it even better. I counted it's about 80 over. You can fit about 80 to 90 Legacy, depending on if it's B1 or B2. You can actually fit into one box. So, and you can actually see them through the clear plastic. So I think that's one of the benefits for this. For those more rare Bakugans, I tend to store them in the cases so that I can look at them. So that I can look at them more easily, and it feels better. So yeah, I stored my Bakutech in here. Yeah, same for this. Okay, so that's for the Bakugan. I store them in those boxes. For the Deka cores, I don't know where to store these actually. I'll probably put them in the box that I have for my Dekas. You're talking about my Dekas. For my Dekas, I basically put them in a big box. It's basically difficult to find anything that fits them, so I just put them in the box. These are instruction menus that I haven't opened yet. Just store them neatly. just wanted to show how I store the manuals. If you keep them, if you don't, then you can ignore this portion. So I basically open up all the instructions and the pamphlets that come with it. Basically something like that. So I store them. I sort them all out by the same design. And I store them out. Yeah. So these are the instructions. So for the Japanese ones, they are much more cooler. So I store them up. I store them by themselves. So each of them has a number. So it's quite cool, I feel. So Drago is 01. Comes with a full-page manual and the inlets for the packaging. So 2 is Trox, 3 is Pegatrix, and so forth. So yeah, quite a nice collection to look at. The Japanese ones are worth keeping in this format, but I find the normal ones, the English ones, are quite standard, not much to look at. Okay, so last but not least is the cards. So it's a bit heavy. So I have 2 different sizes. Mostly I buy the big one now, but I have a couple of these small ones. So the small ones, I feel they are just right for the Battle Brawler cards. So you can just store them like that. It fits just right. See the size? It's just right fit. There's a little bit more space at the top, so you can fit all of these inside. So it's a nice storage system. It's quite cheap as well for this. So for the oh dear, oh, you can fit that. That was a bit scary. Okay, yeah. So if you want to organize all your cards in a nice manner, it doesn't have a lot of compartments. There's a big slot here. This is where I put all my ability cards. Then there are different sections. You can put the hex cards or the character cards. The reboot gate cards are basically the same size, so you can fit them in as well. It's the same size. Yeah, this is how I store my cards. Yeah, so basically that's it. Next is actually packaging. If you store packaging, I personally keep packaging for myself. For the dual guns, I like the new packaging, so I keep them like this, stacked up. It's quite nice. You can see cardboard inside. For the rest of the packaging, I tend to just flatten them out and store them in a bag, transparent bag. For the backings, if it's salvageable, I'll put it like that. Otherwise, I'll just throw them away. But I generally keep all of them. I guess that's it for the storage systems. So basically that's how I store my Bakugan. So this is how I store my Bakugan and all the associated accessories and cards and cores and all that stuff. So if you find this useful, please click the like button and subscribe. See you in the next video. Thanks. Bye.